Hey guys, Flying from Off to Lens here, and today we're talking about the NISI Cinema Filters. So I'm going to talk to you about why I decided to get those, what I like and don't like about them, who I think these products are for, and hopefully it can help you decide whether or not to buy them for yourself. Before I start, don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one, and let's get into it. As you know, I shoot a lot of content outdoors, and I have used ND filters for as long as I can remember. Up until now, I have used cheap circular ones. Since my work camera was a C200 and had internal NDs built in, I never felt the need to invest in high quality filters. But I recently made the decision to make the BMPCC 6K my main work camera, and so I needed to step things up a bit when it came to ND filters, especially for client work. That's when NISI comes in. So why cinema filters? So there are a few reasons to get cinema filters, but the main reason is to be able to maintain your chosen aperture and shutter speed, even in bright conditions. As you can see in this example, shooting wide open in bright conditions is impossible. This goes for any ND filters, but there are a couple of reasons why cinema filters are different. When I use high quality glass, like my Contact Zeiss for example, I want to make sure the glass I put in front of it is as good. So color shift and IR pollution. If you're shooting with a digital camera, like most of us these days, then you should probably be using IR and D filters. Digital cameras have greater low light sensitivity and are more prone to IR contamination. Blackmagic cameras are known for this, for example. Without being too technical, traditional NDs block visible spectrum light only, but digital sensors are highly affected by infrared, so NDs can overwhelm the sensor with more infrared than visible light, causing color shift and artifacts. So basically, an IR and D filter eliminates the spill of infrared light reaching the sensor, while still maintaining the extra exposure benefits of a neutral density filter. So NISI, thanks to the dual-sided NATO coating and infrared light control, do a very good job at it. It helps keep the blacks as rich and true as possible. Standard size. So these filters are 4x565, which is a standard size when it comes to matte box and will work on pretty much anything. I can use them with either of those two matte boxes, for example. I did a review on the Tilta Mini, so feel free to check it out as well. So now let's talk about each of them. So first, I just want to mention that I contacted NISI, not the other way around. It's a big purchase as a set, so I wanted to try them before making a decision, and they said yes and were kind enough to send them to me to keep for a while. So my set is composed of an RND 0.9, 1.8 and a 1.8 black mist. There's plenty more to choose from on their website, so feel free to check it out. So let me explain why I picked this set. So 90% of the work that I do outside is shot with a 0.9 ND. This equals to 3 stops and it usually works for me in most cases. I also got the 1.8, which is 6 stops, in cases when I want to shoot wide open outside in bright conditions. I took this filter on the beach for example with a friend of mine whilst it was droning, and it was extremely sunny and the ocean was very reflective. With a 1.8 filter on, I was able to keep an aperture at around 4 to 5.6, even in crazy bright conditions. So now both filters are also scratch, oil and water resistant, which is very important for outdoor work and make it very easy to clean. Both filters also have an anti-reflective coating that reduces glare and reflection to deliver a very clear image with no loss in clarity. So the cinema filters also conform with a 4mm thickness, allowing them to fit into filter cages or slots into cageless designs. Now when it comes to the black mist, I decided to go with 1/8. Black mist filters are usually used to soften the image and take the digital edge of the footage. It also highlights this hazy, dreamy look and lowers the overall contrast. I find this very useful for interviews, for example. Make sure to check out their website in the link in the description for more info. I also get the cinema filter pouch that can hold up to 7 filters, either a 4x4 or 4x565. I found it to be remarkably sturdy and lightweight, and I like to be able to carry my kit in the same pouch. Each filter also comes in an individual smaller sleeve, which I use when I know that I will need only one. So what I like about these filters? So first of all, the quality. I just love the image that comes out of the BMPCC 6K using those filters. I know that they're just filters, but there's definitely something about it. It's not that cheap filters can't do the job, they can, but I can definitely notice a difference. I find it hard to explain, but every time I use them I found the image to be very pleasing. easy to swap. Once you have the Mac box set up, it's actually super easy to swap filters, and you can actually speed things up on set as opposed to unscrew a circular filter or having to use a different size one for a different lens. They're good investment. Once you have the set, there's no need to change or buy several filters for different threaded size, since you can use them on any matte box that size and it will work no matter what lens or camera you're using. One other feature of the NISI filters is the ultra low color shifting, which basically means superior color control, and after using them for a while, I found the colors to be accurate and true. Now onto the things that I don't really like. To be honest, most of the cons are not just for the NISI filters, but for cinema filters in general. So first of all, you need a matte box. This may seem obvious and you'll probably own one before you even start looking into those filters, but what I'm trying to say is that using expensive cinema filters is an investment. You can get a $30 circular ND and it might just do fine, but one of these will set you about 350 Australian dollars or 250 USD. If you want to get a working set, it might end up costing quite a bit. Think of it as buying a good lens or a light that will last for a very long time. They're fragile. Even though the filters are 4mm thick and very strong, you're more likely to break them if you ever drop them than the circular ones, especially since there is no frame on them, just glass. The size and weight. Despite being very lightweight, having a kit of 2 or 3 can get a bit heavy, especially when traveling. 2 people is easier. What I mean by that is that changing filters can be daunting at first, so having 2 people definitely help. If you're by yourself, it can be tricky and timely to remove and put away the first filter before being able to grab the next one. They get easily dirty. As I was saying before, there's no frame on them, so the risk of getting them dirty by just picking them up is quite high. Thankfully, you can clean them easily. So who are these filters for? As I mentioned before, these filters might seem expensive, but they are 100% worth it and will last a very long time. I would recommend them for those of you who want to invest in high quality cinema filter set. Whether or not you just bought your first matte box or you just want to step things up a bit from circular ones, I find the NISI filters to be a great investment. I really enjoy shooting with them and I'm happy to have them as part of my filmmaking kit. That's it for me guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. I intended to use those filters on more actual proper projects, but as you can imagine I got a lot of jobs cancelled recently, but I still managed to use the filters quite a lot on personal shoots. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.